Don't get me wrong.
But if the platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control.
And that's why I'm here, to just tell you the news. Let's tell you exactly what you're doing, and it sounds like a comedy show.
Please help us. We are dying. We are without food, water, or shelter, or any electricity. We need your aid. Understood. We're going to send $8 billion worth of aid. Oh, thank you. To Ukraine. Let's do that right away, ASAP. Come on. What? No, a hurricane has completely ravaged the people that you represent. Give us that money. Oh, don't worry. We're going to give you money. Every single one of you is getting $750 each. You sent $8 billion to Ukraine. You're going to give us $750? You know what? Okay, we'll take it. How do we get it? Easy. You just go online and apply, and if you pass the application, we'll wire the money right over. Okay, let me get this straight. You want us, people that are trapped in a town with no water, food, resources to spend $750 on, to go online when we have no electricity, so we don't have any Wi-Fi, to get the $750? I'm black, just like one of you. What does that have to do? President Biden, please do something. We used to be respectable.
Officially, you used to care about it. Officially, you used to care about your citizen, but FEMA used all the money to help migrants, immigrants, illegal, undocumented, but now they don't even have enough money to help their own citizens.
FEMA is going to be playing a pivotal role in our shelter and services program that is poised to distribute $363 million to cities and communities in need of funding.
We do not have the funds, FEMA does not have the funds to make it through the season.
So you might say, hey, that might be edited. Well, there's article about it. Okay, you might hate that too and be like the guy in the comment section said I should be sued. Okay.
And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met, such as food, baby formula, and the like. And you can apply now for anyone who is watching this who has been affected.
And that is coming from a woman that has a very beautiful belt that you can buy on freaking Amazon or whatever, and that's $800. She has more money on the belt that she's giving away to the people that lost freaking everything, living without electricity, water. I'm like, bro, this sounds like a comedy show. I know it's not very enjoyable content, but it is information, so like, share the usual, let the algorithm do its work, and stay till the end, because I got a message for the person in my comment section.
See two key pieces. First, right now we have to strengthen Ukraine's position on the battlefield. And that's why today I'm proud to announce a new $2.4 billion package of security assistance. I've also directed the Pentagon to allocate all the remaining security assistance funding that has been appropriated for Ukraine, period, by the end of this, my term, which is January 20.
I don't know, it feels like let's use all the money, give Trump the worst government ever, and then we're gonna blame him that he failed everything. You don't believe me? She's going to send more money. Where? Lebanon. I'm not saying we shouldn't help, but I'm just saying you seem to help everybody other than yourself, and you don't blame everybody, you only blame the people on the other side in the same team. That's kind of weird.
Okay. This is the first one you've seen, right? In Asheville. Hey guys. Good, how are you?
What can I do for you?
Well, I'm Glenn, and this is Congressman.
Congressman Mills, how you doing?
We're just wondering what you guys are up to.
So they brought this in today, which gives us connectivity, complete connectivity, so we can do a lot more than we've been doing, because all of our equipment works now. So they're registering, they're telling them over there, we're over here. I think tomorrow they're moving us over there somewhere more, but not exactly.
And what are you doing?
So
what is it?
Actually registering people for FEMA assistance.
Okay, so this is the check thing?
Getting them in the system. Not just a check thing, but housing, checking generators.
Okay.
So so long, housing, and so
good.
much in it, you know?
Good.
But we're basically getting them in the system.
And you guys got here today?
We've been here for 2 days. We got here yesterday. Yesterday we didn't have any connectivity, so we took 2,800 people as near as we could count, coming through the food distribution line and through the gas station, and handed them all flyers. We didn't even have flyers to hand them. Our flyers weren't here, but they could take pictures of our flyer, which told them they could go online, they could make a phone call, use your app to go online, just to get them in the system. Also telling them they're going to be here eventually. There'll be a DRC located nearby at Disaster Recovery Center, and they go there for help. But the app is great. The app, they can go on, they can upload documents through the app, so they don't need us.
Can I ask a question? And not stop. One of the biggest problems, though, is that most people don't have the ability, one, to even get on their phones to verify what is going on. How does people even know that this location exists?
So that would be the news media's job.
You already made me angry. They're supposed to get the news from a TV, not on their phone, from the TV that you think you're responsible for, but not really you. You can just blame it on somebody else, but they don't even have TV. It's like plan B on plan B on plan B to do nothing. That sounds stupid.
But they don't have power.
None of the news media. Well, I mean, I watch the news.
Well, no, the people who need the FEMA assistance don't have power. So how do they watch TV?
You would be surprised. They sit in their cars to charge their phones and listen to the radio. They're very well. That's how they knew the distribution center was here. So we're told to come here to get those supplies, and they don't know we're here really until they get here and we tell them they see us and we're here.
But it is plausible, though, that those who, one, are either cut off from the location, because they're still rebuilding roads, obviously, at cable arrest, or doesn't have power, won't know about even where this truck exists, or if it does exist.
Right, and there's no way actually. So we're DSA, Disaster Survivor Systems, right? So what we actually do, we work items like these, and we actually go door to door. We go door to door and try to knock on every door in the county, and we go at the direction usually of the emergency manager, because the fire chiefs are going to tell us where people are, where things are devastated. So we literally go door to door.
So when does that start?
That's way above my head. You're talking to Peon Eddie.
Yeah. Okay.
You're not talking. Do you want to talk to my crew? You want to talk to my crew lead? Here, let me get my crew lead for you. She might have some answers.
But again, it goes back to my point, which is that, okay, so I need to fill out a form. I need to scan a flyer.
Yeah.
How do I know this exists? Oh, the local media. Okay, well, they don't have power.
Yeah.
They might not have a vehicle.
Right.
So what about
I saw a lot of them washed away.
That's right.
I'm not saying they're not trying their best. All I'm saying, it was very easy to help the migrants other than your own people. I mean, you did fly all the Haitians over, ready for apartment and everything.
How much is rent here?
Free. 2 years.
After 2 years, we have to pay the rent.
All right, y'all, this is Savannah Hernandez in Brunswick, Maine, reporting to you from the apartments where migrants are getting their rent paid for up to 2 years. Now, I wanted to give you guys a first inside look at these units. The migrants shared with us that they come furnished, so they have a flat screen TV in there, couches, tables and chairs, a bed. We also asked them as well, hey, are you paying utilities here? They shared with us that nope, they do not have a water bill, they do not have an electricity bill.
And what about the light and the water?
Everything is good. We don't pay anything.
Now, I wanted to focus in on this area of Maine because there is a housing crisis going on currently for residents, and these buildings were initially created for Maine residents, but then it was decided that homeless migrants would be living here. Now, as an American, you can rent out one of these units, but a 1-bedroom is going to run you about $1,800, and a 2-bedroom is going to run you about $2,300. By the way, the average housing price for a house over here in Brunswick is about $480,000. So there was obviously a lot of outrage when it was first discovered that migrants were going to be housed here for free on taxpayer dollar. Now, I wanted to focus in on Brunswick as well because this is the same county that has received FEMA funding from that same program that spent almost $1 billion through the fiscal year of 2023 and 2024 on sheltering illegal immigrants throughout the United States of America. By the way, FEMA coming out and saying that they have run out of that funding.
We are expecting another hurricane hitting. We do not have the funds. FEMA does not have the funds to make it through the season.
That's why the next people, there's a higher chance I might believe them.
There's no government here. There's no FEMA. People are just coming in here with supplies, fuel, food, whatever we can to try to help this community. Every dollar I make from this video, I'm donating it to Hurricane Helene relief efforts. So please share, repost, comment, like, anything you can do that can boost this video. You're going to help people in need. Currently delivering aid at Swanano at Church of God, and I just want to give you guys a look at the flooding in the church basement. Remember, this is a week after the storm, still no power, still no clean water, and we're just trying to dig out from the mud in here. There's more flooding.
This is going to make people just not want to depend on the government anymore. It's going to be normalized, and you can only blame yourself.
My name is Casey Webb. I'm from Swannanoa, North Carolina. I lost everything I have. I just did an inspection with FEMA last night. They told me that I was denied and post-dated my letter for the 5th of October when my inspection was done on the 4th. They have not seen receipts. They have not seen pictures or anything of the things that were in my home and denied me. We have still failed to receive a $750 check. The rooms that FEMA wants you to go stay in during the time of your disaster relief are in Newport, Tennessee, which they sent 500 people there and then it flooded. I will be in Asheville all day long. If anybody wants to link up with me and talk about what's going on, inbox me and let me know. This is disgusting. I've never seen the government fail us worse.
2 years.
I'm not saying you have to believe her. All I'm saying, if I need to compare with how you solved it.
So I know I do a lot of like fun and like happy videos or whatever all the time, but so I'm here in Boone, North Carolina. I'm at the staging area. I volunteered myself and my canines to come up and do some search and rescue efforts. Here's the situation, okay? FEMA is in the area, and we've been told that if we see any FEMA agents, like, hightail it and go. So, obviously you see all my equipment. So we've been told to just turn around and go the opposite direction, because what they're doing is they're confiscating everything. Like, they would confiscate all of my gear, my car, my dogs, like literally everything. There are some people who have been tracking these FEMA agents and what they do with these supplies after, and these are people that are directly associated with the group that I'm volunteering with. And essentially what they're doing is they're taking these supplies to sanctuary areas for illegal migrants and giving it all to them. They are telling the locals here that they have no more money, that they can't give them any money, they can't do anything, but they are confiscating volunteer supplies as they come through, and they are giving it to people who are not legal within the country. Take that information for what you will. This is this information that needs to get out to the news media. This is the information that needs to get out. And honestly, if FEMA is not going to do their job, and I'm not saying that all of the FEMA agents, because I know a lot of canine handlers that are part of FEMA that are doing what they're supposed to be doing. However, why are we confiscating supplies? Why are we taking supplies from people that are coming in to help and have experience and can do the job, and then giving it to illegals and not giving it to the people who have been affected?
I'm not supposed to believe everything I hear. Let's listen to the local cops.
Donate. Please donate what you can. Trying to find a non-profit to donate to, church, local PD. A lot of those are taking donations, sheriff's departments. I know my department is running a bunch of stuff to the western part of the state to help. Donate. But please do not donate to FEMA. They are hindering a lot of what people are trying to accomplish out in the western part of the state. FEMA doesn't understand that these Appalachian people are built differently. I'm very familiar with them. They are not going to stand by idly and have government officials tell them what to do. FEMA's playing a game of FAFO because free men don't ask for permission.
If you still don't believe me, well, let a black person tell you.
Do not, please do not give any supplies to FEMA. If you want to donate supplies to the hurricane survivors from Hurricane Helene, do not give the supplies to FEMA. Give them to a church, give them to a nonprofit. FEMA is not doing what they are supposed to be doing, okay? They don't care about people. They are not here to help people at all. They're not helping people. They are taking supplies and giving them to people who don't even need them. They are taking supplies and running off with them. Do not give any supplies to FEMA at all. If you want to donate supplies, donate them to a nonprofit or to a church. Do not give them to FEMA, okay? And people, let me tell you something, okay? I've been hearing so many stories. FEMA has been knocking on doors, not offering help, just there to ask, hey, what's going on? That's it. Not offering help or anything.
He did say what those people were saying that they were going to do. But if they're just doing that...
It's way above my head. You're talking to Peon Eddie.
Yeah, okay.
It won't surprise me that most people don't trust you anymore.
Hey, it's Dr. Phil, and I am out working, doing some hurricane relief and recovery, whatever you want to call it. And all these orange shirts you see around and behind me are Samaritan's purse. And let me tell you, These guys don't have meetings to fill out forms, to plan a meeting, to get something going. They have verbs in their sentences, they have springs in their step, and they're out making things happen. FEMA, all these other people are talking, thinking. No, not Samaritan's person. They're out doing things. I'm in a basement right now that's filled up knee deep at one point with mud. There was water over my head, soaked through the bottom of the floor into these people's house, bucket by bucket, shovel by shovel. It's time to shovel it out, take it by caravan up these stairs and get it out of here so these people can get back to living their lives. I want to keep this message alive. This is a bubble here. People in other parts of the country are living their lives because this is out of sight, out of mind. I don't want it to be. I want to make noise. I want you to see this, hear it, feel it, know it's happening. They need us. They need our help. They need our support. And most importantly, they need to know we haven't forgotten about them. Put them in your prayers, but also put them in your behaviors and let them know that you care.
You can believe it's fake. Cool. I don't see the fake one on the other side, but hey, I'll just have to believe nothing because nothing is more valid than somebody faking it. I just really like the message because they didn't ask for money. They just asked for people to replicate the thing that they're doing. Helping other people in need.
That basically I'm going to tell you, it's going to piss you off. So fair warning. In 2023, FEMA has used about $740 million toward different cities and states to help with a migrant crisis that was created by the current administration. For those paying attention, it's not Trump. It's actually Biden and Harris. Even with that, there's about another $340 million that was left to be allocated in 2023. In 2024, FEMA has already allocated $770 million toward the same exact thing. This money allocation comes from what's called the Emergency Food and Shelter Program. It's a program that's actually designed for American citizens in the case of an emergency food or shelter crisis. During the crisis that happened in Palestine, Ohio, there was a whopping $0 that was given to American citizens during that crisis from FEMA. The wildfires that happened in Maui, those 7,000 residents got about $22 million in like housing assistance and about another $30 million to like rebuild, so a whopping $50 million to rebuild. In North Carolina, where we're seeing all the absolute destruction up there, we have about 13 different military bases that are at the command, including the 82nd Airborne. The 82nd Airborne also has the 18th Airborne, which is probably the most equipped unit to be able to handle these sorts of emergencies. In fact, it's basically why they were created. The Biden administration has been so absolutely bad at this that we're on day 6 and most of these communities in those areas aren't even touched. No one's even seen anybody from FEMA. The Biden-Harris administration has authorized a whopping $750 to help and assist people that are up in North Carolina. These people have no power, no internet, no way to even access the money because most of them don't even have access to a bank right now. It's another reminder that the federal government is not coming to save you. You need to save yourself. You need to plan for yourself, especially with this sort of incompetent administration that we have at hand. Most of the assistance that people are seeing that is actually heading up into the area is all coming from private citizens. People like, that evil Elon Musk that owns X. Elon Musk, along with Trump and others, have already activated his SpaceX program, Starlink, to actually help out those in need in those areas, and he's made it free to people in those areas. Just a reminder, the federal government was allocated about $47 billion to give internet access to people in rural areas. There's been a whopping 0 people that have been actually helped through that program. For a fraction of that cost, we could have given every single person in a rural community Starlink access. But I'm not done. This administration so far this year has given $24.4 billion to Ukraine, $11.3 billion to Israel, $1.9 billion to Ethiopia, $1.6 billion to Egypt, $1.4 billion to Jordan, $1.1 billion to Afghanistan, and about another $1 billion to Yemen, Congo, Syria, and Somalia.
Don't forget Lebanon, which has to be added.
Otherwise known as Minnesota. And if that hasn't pissed you off enough, it's about $6,000 per illegal immigrant that has come into this country. If you're not pissed off at this administration, then I don't know what else to say to you. If you want another 4 years of this crazy, absolute nonsense bullshit, then go right ahead and vote for Kamala Harris. If not, the choice is clear.
Yeah, you better vote for her because she's a woman and black. And mister in the comment section, hey, all you can do is sue me.
Don't get me wrong, ma cosa kita bong. Butta fire na mi blonde, kush hash, purple skunk, criollo, colombici, jam jam, turloqueta, verdetta, welcome.